Hi there, I'm Lisa Doyle with Rockcliff Realtors, and we have a special guest today. So many of the people who move into our district, because we are, of course, the East Bay, ask about our schools and the San Ramon Valley School District. And of course, thank you so much for joining us, Mark. This is Mark Corti, the principal of California High School. And you've been the principal here for how many years?
14 years.
14 years, long time. So what I wanted to talk with Mark about is we have a lot of people who come into our district with a lot of questions about our schools. We have families that come here from all over the Bay Area and out of state researching our district because we are, I think, from what I heard recently, are we the top rated school of our district of our size in the state?
One of the top rated school districts in the state, yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and there's for so many reasons. And so I wanted you to share, we have 4 high schools in our district. Talk a little bit about California High School, maybe what makes the school special, what makes you a little different.
We view California High School as a full-service high school because we offer a variety of programs, regional occupational programs, elective courses like World History 2. We have 2 pathways. We have a science and engineering pathway that are unique in the county and in our district that support students that have interest in science and engineering. The other thing is we have a block schedule. So our block schedule is designed, it's an odd-even schedule where students meet periods 1, 3, and 5 one day, 2, 4, and 6 the other day. Another thing that's unique about the schedule within that, 4 days a week we have 30 minutes of a tutorial period where students, if they need help, they may be in a math class, but on that particular day they may need to go see their science teacher. So during that 30-minute tutorial period, they have a pass and they can go get extra help from that science teacher.
I love that. And the block schedule, to me, it would seem like a great way for the kids to spend more time in each class, right? There's less transfer of classes.
That's correct.
So they get more instruction time.
Yes. So there's not it reduces the amount of administrative responsibilities that a teacher has because there's less passing times.
Yeah.
The other thing, the classes are 100 minutes long, so teachers are not as rushed.
Right.
They can go more in depth. They can use more creative activities. It's great for lab classes and activity classes because, especially in a lab class, sometimes you start it on a Monday and then you come back and you have to finish it on a Tuesday. It can be completed during that 100 minutes.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that the block schedule is unique to California High School in our district. The other high schools don't have that, so I love that. And one of the things that most of the parents who are moving into our district, and some who already live here, have asked a lot of questions since Doherty Valley High School has opened, our newest high school in our district. They want to know how do they go about going to California High School if they live in the Doherty Valley and vice versa. So talk a little bit about the transfer, the possibility of inter-district transfer.
There is an intra-district transfer process. There's a March 15th deadline for the incoming 9th graders next year, so they have to submit the application process. Then after March 15th, we meet as principals, we look at this, and the district evaluates the school's enrollment to see if there's room to shift some students around. And then sometime in early May, people are notified that their student's been accepted to a different school than their attendance area.
Right.
So that occurs. And there is some movement beyond that that occurs too, based on the circumstance.
Is California High School impacted right now? Are we full, or is it?
We're not. We're a little over 2,500 students. There is. So the answer would be we're not impacted. There's still room here at the school.
Okay.
The one area where one of a few areas that we are is in our science program, because that program, because of the health pathway, has just expanded. But because we did pass a bond, part of that bond, the bond for California High School, is focused on renovating our current science building and hopefully adding some additional classes.
Okay,
so that'll help with that
Yeah,
enrollment piece.
And what a lot of parents have noticed, and what we always share with people when they're coming into our district, our entire district is very strong academically. We're all the same San Ramon district.
Yes.
What I love about California high school is you're immersed in an area where the homes are a little more affordable.
Yes.
People can come here from places to break into our district, and the prices aren't quite as high. They're not low by any means, but
and that's very true. And that's I've often labeled our school the gateway to the San Ramon Valley Unified School District for those reasons, because the houses are a little more affordable. And it is true that people come from all over the area to try to get into our school district, and the nation too.
Well, and as far as the Bay Area is concerned too, I always share with people who are trying to decide where to move. They want great schools. In our district, the schools are even higher than some across the Bay, where the homes are double the price. So they come here and they have such the best of both worlds. We're close to commute areas.
Yes.
And yet,
in the housing market, there's new housing as well as older homes that are on the market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that parents and kids, of course, in our district, it's a very competitive, athletic environment. Kids come here from all over.
So.
Very much so. It's awesome with the kids' involvement in sports. And yet, sports isn't the only thing that you really have that's that you excel at. Talk a little bit about the other.
So we have an award. We have award-winning academic teams, and it starts with mock trial. We have academic decathlon. We have speech and debate. We have DECA, which is a business competition team. And we also have Model UN. And we have on-campus instructors, coaches that are actually teachers on our campus that help run those competitive teams. And they compete at the state. They've competed at the state level. They have not competed at the national level yet, but they've been very successful within those programs.
Yeah, I love that. And the one thing that I wanted you to share, lastly before we thank you so much for your time, is talk a little bit about the changes going on with the district as far as, I guess, nationally, as far as the core. Now, how did you describe that?
It's called the Common Core.
Okay.
So they're Common Core standards. So nationally, there's about 46 states that have joined together to have the same standards for all schools across the nation. And the Common Core standards are focused on students going deeper with their knowledge into their particular subject matter. And it involves critical thinking skills, strategic strategies, complex problem solving. So our current system, we have a broad base of standards that, based on the number of school days, sometimes our teachers and our students are rushing through to meet all those standards. So now they'll get to spend a little bit more time because there's less of them and they're more in depth. So there'll be a nationwide assessment program, and the Common Core standards implementation has been going on since the start of the school year.
Very good.
So we have a variety of teachers that are on task forces based on subject area.
Well, it's a positive note that we are going to be able to compete with other countries academically once again.
And that was a driving force behind going to these Common Core standards.
Very good. So tell us the website where people can look to find information about California High School.
Just go to just type in californiahighschool.net and our website will come up.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you so much for your help.
Thank
I know
you.
that so many parents and families have questions about our school, so we really appreciate it. And if you have any questions for me, of course, personally, give me a call anytime. My name again is Lisa Doyle. My number is 925-890-7443. Thanks again.